If you want to live a cancer-free life, you gotta watch this video. It might be complicated, but I did my best to make it as simple as possible. And all what you have to do is watching it only one time. In the last video, I proved that all the information on the internet about weight loss are incorrect. In this video, I'm going to prove that all the information on the internet about smoking causes lung cancer are incorrect. So let's start together. According to Mayo Clinic, doctors believe smoking causes lung cancer by damaging the cells that line the lungs. When you inhale cigarette smoke, which is full of cancer-causing substances, changes in the lung tissue begin almost immediately. At first, your body may be able to repair this damage, but with each repeated exposure, normal cells that line your lung are increasingly damaged. Over time, the damage causes cells to act abnormally, and eventually cancer may develop. According to American Lung Association, there are approximately 600 ingredients in cigarettes. When burned, cigarettes create more than 7,000 chemicals. At least 69 of these chemicals are known to cause cancer, and many are toxic. Here are a few of the chemicals in tobacco smoke. If you want, you can pause and read them. According to the CDC, cigarette smoking is the #1 risk factor for lung cancer. In the United States, cigarette smoking is linked about 80% to 90% of lung cancer death. Smoking damages the airways of the lung. It's estimated that male smokers are 23 times more likely than non-smokers to develop lung cancer, and female smokers are 13 times more likely to develop lung cancer. Wow, so far smoking is deadly. But if it's true, why only few people are getting lung cancer in this country? At least 80% of the adults in my country smoke. At least 80% of the drivers smoke. If smoking really causes lung cancer, how come traffic jams are getting worse and worse each year? I checked with all my friends while preparing this video if they know anyone that has lung cancer, because I don't, and their answers were no, even though most of them have been smoking for a very long time. I have lived enough on this flat earth to be able to use my logic and differentiate what's right and what's wrong. So if smoking causes cancer, how does it actually do it? You started smoking, you're taking in carcinogens, and what does your body do with that? You can actually either excrete it through certain metabolic pathways, or it leads to certain DNA damage. Even when you get over the DNA, your body again has another excretory pathways where you eliminate and you can create a normal DNA, even though you are exposed to pathogens. If there's persistent miscoding, the cell actually can die on their own. See, the way our body is laid out, if you have a miscoding, your body actually has a natural mechanism where they destroy themselves, and if still the changes kept occurring or mutating changes, then you develop lung cancer. Now, this isn't a unidirectional pathway. The pathway can be reversed when you come to lung cancer. What I mean by that, the lung cancer can go back to apoptosis, which is the cell death. It can go back to forming new DNA. It can go back to the metabolic pathways of excretory functions to get rid of the toxin and carcinogens. Now, if cigarette causes cancer, how does it actually do it? There's no actual proof or no mechanism of how smoking is supposed to cause cancer. Now, according to Oxford Academy, the carcinogenic of tobacco smoking are not well understood. In their conclusions, the complexity of tobacco smoke causes confusion in the literature about the mechanism by which it induces lung cancer. They don't know. They don't know. It's supposed to. Why? Because everybody says it. And that's the type of society we have right now. People are not thinking for themselves. I don't mean send people over to the smoke shop. I'm comparing it so you can see that the things you have been taught are not only not true, they are purposely not true. According to Stacy Simon, as many as 20% of people who die from lung cancer in the United States every year have never smoked or used any other form of tobacco. This translates to about 30,000 Americans in 2018. 1 in 16 people in the US will be diagnosed with lung cancer in their lifetime. More than 228,000 people in the US will be diagnosed with lung cancer this year, with a new diagnosis every 2 minutes. 60 to 65% of all new cancer diagnoses are among people who have never smoked or are a former smoker. What? 60 to 65% of lung cancer are among people who have never smoked? What does it tell us? There has to be something else that's causing lung cancer. According to BBC, lung cancer is commonly associated with smoking, but rates of the disease among non-smokers and women are rising. One US study reported that 70% of people diagnosed with the most common form of lung cancer in 2011-2013 had never smoked. In UK, the proportion of non-smokers undergoing surgery for lung cancer jumped from 13% to 28%. In Taiwan, the proportion of never smoker patients increased from 31 to 48%. Isn't that interesting? Here is a quote out of the book Cancer as a Metabolic Disease. Protection of mitochondria from oxidative damage will prevent and reduce the risk of cancer. Mitochondria is an organelle found in large numbers in the most cells, in which the biochemical processes of respiration and energy production occur. And here's a few pictures of mitochondria in the cell. You can see it's inside the cell. So now remember that statistic that only 20% of people that smoke has lung cancer, and we are having all these people that are developing lung cancer that they have never smoked, and it's a huge number. There has to be something else. Maybe it's antioxidant deficient. But let's look at it. And again, this quote out of the book Cancer as a Metabolic Disease. Lifestyle changes will be needed to manage and prevent cancer. This means that there's no magic pill that we can take to cure or prevent cancer. We must change our relationship to food and lifestyle in order to prevent and cure cancer. What does smoking actually do, since we know that the body can take care of the carcinogens that are in that smoke? Did you know it depletes glutathione and vitamin C and vitamin A? According to the National Institute of Health, studies consistently show that smokers have lower vitamin C level than non-smokers. Clinical studies have found that smokers have lower vitamin C concentration than have non-smokers. According to the US National Library of Medicine, cigarette smoke resulted in progressive protein damage, inflammation, apoptosis, and lung injury. 50 milligrams of vitamin C prevented all these effects. Vitamin C deficiency. So remember all these people developing cancer? Remember all these non-smokers developing cancer? Could they be nutrient deficient? Vitamin C, let's take a look at vitamin C. An antioxidant helps protect your lungs from free radical damage, help regenerate your vitamin E supplies, and improves iron absorption. Increase your intake of such vitamin C rich food as citrus fruit, cantaloupe, strawberries, tomatoes, broccoli, cabbage, kiwi fruit, sweet red peppers, of course it's gotta be organic, and potatoes may exert a protective effect against not only lung problems due to smoking, but against second-hand smoke as well. If this helps with lung cancer, are all cancers metabolic disease? Yeah. So that's mean that all cancer come from deficiency or toxicity. Either you are so deficient in the nutrient that protect those metabolic pathways, that protect your body and regenerate tissues. Now let's look at vitamin A. An important vitamin for healthy vision, immune system function, and cell growth. It works synergetically with a number of other vitamins and minerals, including vitamin D, K2, zinc, and magnesium, without which it cannot perform its function. There's two categories of vitamin A. This gets a little bit complicated. Retinol, it's a fat soluble and mostly found in animal food. And carotenoid, this is a water soluble and found in plant food. Retinoid is mainly from the animal food. There's three different conversions of this retinol, retinal and retinoic acid. These are for vision, healthy skin, tooth remineralization, bone growth, vital stuff. Carotenoid, alpha-carotene, antioxidant with potential anti-cancer activity, stimulates intercellular communication. Xanthophiles, astaxanthin, high-potency antioxidant with anti-inflammatory properties, shown to benefit rheumatoid arthritis, athletic performance, heart and brain health, age-related macular degeneration, also protects cells from UV radiation. Beta-cryptidantine, antioxidant with anti-cancer activity. Studies show it may reduce risk of lung and colon cancer by 30% and rheumatoid arthritis by 41%. According to the Journal of Carcinogenesis, cabbage, broccoli and cauliflower contain compounds which we believe to be responsible for the cancer preventive and anti-carcinogenic activities in these vegetables. We saw how vitamin C is vital to protect you from cancer. We saw that carotenes are vital to protect you from cancer, and cabbage and broccoli and cauliflower. Is this in food in hospitals in cancer ward? Vitamin D. There are over 830 peer-reviewed scientific studies showing its effectiveness in the treatment of cancer. Normalizing your vitamin D levels will reduce your risk of cancer by over 50%. They found that vitamin D levels are low in people with cancer. You need nutrients in order to detox your system. So lung cancer is not the problem of tumor, it's a problem of toxicity or deficiency. Why isn't this known by oncologists? These vitamins are vital to protect you against cancer. Why do you think we get sick in winter? Because there's less sunlight. Less sunlight means less vitamin D levels. Vitamin D play an essential role in maintaining the immune system. So make sure you're getting enough sunlight, plus vitamin A, E, and C. They play a big role in protection against lung cancer. As long as you have these essential vitamins, your body will be able to repair DNA and reverse all the damage that has been done. So it's very obvious that smoking doesn't cause lung cancer. Why all these warning messages that appear on the packaging of cigarettes and other tobacco products? Because prohibition become very attractive and almost irresistible. A ban generates an attraction to that which we are forbidden. I read once, the mistake was prohibiting the apple. If God had prohibited the serpent, Adam would have eaten the serpent. Of course, I don't believe this is the case with Adam, but I'm just giving you this example so you can get my point. Countries that had the warning signs had 20% more sales. Smoking won't kill you, but it will deplete your vitamins and waste your money. I advise you to stop smoking, and the best way is to reduce 1 cigarette per week. So let's say you're smoking 40 cigarettes per day, make them 39, wait a week, then make them 38. It will take time, but this is the easiest and healthiest way to stop smoking. Because nicotine opens up the coronary arteries, the main arteries around the heart. So a sudden stop will threaten your health. Taking phenylalanine, tyrosine, L-Dopa will help. Those 3 amino acids that you can get that will help you to stop smoking without creating serious adrenal issues and weight gain. Smoking isn't the main cause of lung cancer, but it will deplete your vitamins, and that can cause lung cancer. But there's lots of things that will deplete your vitamins, like most medications, antibiotics, bread, soda, alcohol, coffee, overcooked food, and many more. If you are unfortunate enough to have cancer, nothing I can say will make this better, but I'm here for you. If you want my help, you can send me a private message on my Facebook page. I have a different method that will help your body heal itself. I'm ready to help you live here on this channel so we can expose the corruption of our health system. I wish it's clear. I'm doing my best to make my videos as short as possible. They banned the cigarette in a way creates more attraction, while had us believe that the sun causes skin cancer. So we stay away from the sun and we get sick, and then we buy their product, which they call it medicine. That's how they are taking our money and slaving us.